Hello to everyone, it's Nicoletta from Lex Legal, and today I'm going to speak about some changes. How the coronavirus outbreak affected the UK immigration system. First, I will speak about the main exception, which is the automatic extension for all UK short-term visa holders until 31st of May 2020. So there are three conditions. Basically, the first one, you need to have your visa expire from 24th of January until 31st of May. You'll need to submit an online form, which is very straightforward, just asking some basic information, and it can be found on gov.uk. And the third one is you cannot leave the country because of measures related to coronavirus, which can be, for example, flight cancellations or travel bans, or you need to be isolated because, or you have coronavirus symptoms, or someone in your household. You need to apply to fulfill the form only if you intend to leave the country but can do so. In case you wish to apply for a further leave to remain or to switch to a different application, then you just have to submit the online application. This is exceptional because normally, for example, if you are in UK with a short-term visitor visa, if you like to switch to a different long-term category, you'll have to leave the country and make the application from your home country. Exceptionally, you can do now this from the United Kingdom until 31st of May 2020. So also to remind, just this date may be flexible. I mean, it depends how the lockdown and further provision goes, so it is important to keep up to date with Home Office guidances in regard to the coronavirus and the immigration rules. If you are in the UK with leave to remain and wish to apply for the extension because your leave is due to expire, then you have to do this as normally, submit the online application form. The thing is, at the moment, all the UK visa application centre are closed, so you'll just be able to submit the online application, work on your supporting documents, and then once the centre will be open, you will be able to complete your application and give your fingerprints. Of course, because of the whole situation, there will be delays, but you don't have to worry because this will not affect in a negative way your leave to remain or your immigration history in the UK. The most important thing is to submit the online application before the expiry date. Otherwise, it can have some negative effects on your future application, especially the indefinite leave to remain. Unfortunately, there are no confirmed exception for people who are outside of the UK and they have a leave to remain here but is due to expire and they are unable to return to the country to apply for an extension. We specifically contacted the Home Office with this issue and they just confirmed that there is no specific exception which will allow to do the extension application from outside the United Kingdom. And the only solution at the moment is to apply for a new visa once and attend an appointment with TLS once this will be open, and so they will be granted an entry clearance visa. In terms of people who have been granted in 1 month entry clearance to come to the UK and collect their BRP, again there are no exceptions, so the only possibility which they may have at the moment is to apply for a vignette transfer, and again once the TLS will be open they'll be able to submit the fingerprints and the application. Another important exception is for NHS staff. So on 31st of March 2020 the Home Office announced that all NHS staff with their visa due to expire on October 2020 will be granted an automatic 1-year extension and will be exempted from the Home Office fees as well as the immigration health surcharge fee. there is nothing that you have to do because the Home Office will contact directly your sponsor, and they will select the eligible NHS staff, and then they will inform you whether you have been granted or not the automatic extension. In terms of sponsors and point-based system employees, the main thing is that the sponsor do not have to report the absences if they are related to coronavirus. However, it is advisable as per practice to keep the record of all the absences, because the sponsor have to keep as much as possible their duties, so they have to stay in line. Of course, if there are specific circumstances because of the coronavirus which they were unable to do so, they will not be penalized. The Tier 2 employees will not have to worry about being in a breach of immigration rules because they've been followed and they receive money from the scheme. This is because these are not part of the public funds, so it will not be considered that they are in recourse to public funds. And lastly, I'm going to speak about the settlement scheme application. So the application are open. It may take a little bit longer than usual to process them, but you don't have to worry because there is still time. And the main thing is the Home Office announced they are not going to answer the telephone helpline, so you can just submit your inquiries via email and they will tend to answer as soon as possible as usually. The ID scanning location and the postal route to submit the identity document is closed. So the only possibility to complete the identity check is through the UE Exit ID application, which is available on both Android and iPhone. I think this may affect most the EA family members because they will not be able to complete normally their ID check via the application. So the possibility that they have is to submit the online application, and then if they have already a biometric residence card in UK, then they will just have to submit their document by post once this will be open. In case they just have an entry clearance visa and they don't have the BRP in the UK, then they will have to book an appointment with Visa Application Center and give their biometrics. As previously mentioned, the Visa Application Center are now closed, so you can now submit the application. As soon as this will be open, you can book an appointment, and in this way you'll have your biometrics taken and as well complete your identity check. Anyway, it is not a big issue now because we still have plenty of time for the settlement scheme application. The current deadline is 31st of June 2021. So briefly, these were all the main exceptions and the changes which are related to the coronavirus. If you have any specific inquiries about any of this category, and if you have any doubts, please do not hesitate to contact us, and we, the team of Legal, will be happy